You look real good today. You always look good.
With baby number 3, Allison and Brian thought they were old pros.
What kind of baby?
It's gonna be a boy.
It's gonna be a boy.
Or a girl.
But labor has a way of shaking up even the calmest of personalities.
Brian, man, why are you gonna do that? Keep it together.
With the support of Brian, her family, and hospital colleague and midwife Roxy, will Allison be able to keep it together? The emotional experience of a painful delivery.
I don't know what to do.
Coming up next on A Baby Story.
Hi, Mommy. You look real good today. You always look good. Where is it? Where is it? You took sideways. Whoa.
We don't know if we're having a boy or a girl. We were very excited to find out what it is.
Hi, Caitlin and Devin. Come over here and rub the belly. Rub Mommy's belly.
What do you think's in there?
Rub it.
Do you think it's a boy or do you think it's a girl?
It's gonna be a boy.
It's gonna be a boy.
Or a girl.
That's our boy or girl. What do you think, Devin? Oh, look at Devin's belly. Most people are thinking that we're having a boy.
Let's see your belly, Devin.
Mommy, I hear.
Is yours big, Devin?
Just the way you carry, you roll out in the front, small from the back, all things like that. I think that the lower the heart rate, they think it's a boy. The higher the heart rate, they think it's a girl. And this baby has been around like the 130s, pretty consistently.
There's that nice baby boy heart rate, I think. I think you should have a brother. Allison and I have had discussions all through her pregnancy about the gender of this baby. They didn't want to find out on their ultrasound. And I've been convinced the baby's a boy because of the heart rate. This baby's heart rate's always been 120, 130 beats per minute.
Allie's probably gonna have another girl. I'm a girl maker, and I accept that. It's pretty cool. Happy anniversary, honey.
Happy anniversary.
We celebrate our anniversary 2 weeks before the baby was due. We've been married for 7 years.
7 years, I think.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
All right.
7 years. That's pretty much exactly what it's like. It's hard to believe we got married 7 years ago.
The first time I met Allison, I knew she was the one for me. There was just a glow about her.
I'd say this is probably the last baby. I have 2 due dates. October 22nd, which is based on my last menstrual cycle. And I have an ultrasound due date, which is the 29th, which was based on the ultrasound. And we're going with the one that's based on the ultrasound, which is the 29th of October. It was confusing having 2 due dates, not knowing, which one to go off of.
Let's see if this baby's growing some more. That's another good reason it's time to come out. I know. All right, you're measuring term. It is time.
But it wasn't time. It wasn't even close. The closer I got to my due date, I was, reassured that this baby's coming on time, and I was all prepared, and then it kind of got, when she didn't come at the first due date, it got more confusing because we had like the 2 due dates, and when was she coming, and then when she didn't come on any of the due dates, got even more confusing. So we're 1 day past, which isn't that big of a deal at all. Hopefully it doesn't happen tomorrow, which is Halloween 31st, because trick-or-treating we have to go and do. That doesn't work very well in my plans.
I cannot believe you could possibly go a whole week past the due date.
I don't think so. I mean, are you kidding me? calm when the labor started, but any movement to myself just made it worse.
You know, it's very sporadic. It started at like 1:30. Like it woke me up. I was like, whoa. I was like, that was sharp. Right. All right. Bye.
Thank God Brian is so understanding for all the moods that like I threw at him, because he's very understanding.
Don't move me.
Sorry. I know from experience, I just let Allie do her thing and stay out of the way.
Yeah. Okay. Try
I kept focusing on my spaghetti. The ride to the hospital was pretty interesting.
No, I would like to get there. I don't want you to go look crazy, no, but, you know. You should be heat down, turn it off. Hit off, hit off, hit off. Talking so fast. This is the last time we'll be doing this one. It was all Brian's fault. Every bump in the road, every turn, any increase of my pain was his fault.
It's pretty intense kind of thing.
Well, you knew they were coming. You didn't have to slam with the brakes like that. Straight. Watch the railroad tracks. Oh, Brian, man, why did you do that? Keep it together. Keep it together. Come on.
Oh, that's right, yeah. That's right. The people downstairs at the meeting just told me Allison's here, so we'll go down to her room and check on her.
I went to bed at 12:30. Allie wakes me up at 2 o'clock and says, it's happening. My guess would be that this would be a boy, but I'm kind of scared if it was a boy, because I'm used to girls, so.
Having Roxy deliver my third baby is wonderful. Roxy is excellent. I'm very tuned into what she's saying. When I got to the hospital, Roxy checked me. It was very painful to be checked and in labor at the same time.
Allison laid down just long enough for me to do a cervical exam, and her cervix is 6 to 7 centimeters dilated, 100% thinned, and the baby is at a -1 station in the pelvis, and her bag of water is still intact.
And you run Brian, grab his shoulders. By the time I'd gotten in the tub, all my friends and family were there.
Unless we want hands and knees if you're trying anything you like. Allison works here, and even on the night shift, but nobody has come in during the labor. And I think that's probably, they're just being respectful of her private birthing time. I think Allison is moving rapidly in her labor, which she did with her second labor also, and I think we're only looking at another hour or so.
It's very good, like having everybody around you, and even if they're not saying anything, just knowing that that they're there, is huge. Is big. My sister was there, and my friend Karen, who I've known since I was like probably 6 or 7. It was very important to have my mom at the birth, and obviously my husband was there. Of course, he was there.
Being in the tub, it's good for me. It makes me feel part of the process. So it's pretty amazing.
Brian and Allie met through friends, mutual friends, and they hit it off. And Brian was really great and supportive, and Allie's a really fun, outgoing person. So they created that bond, and here we are.
Where do you want to live against Brian?
She's a go-getter. She knows what she wants and she goes for it. That's pretty much Allie.
Roxy does an excellent job of reassuring that, you know, the baby's fine, doing some of those things that most people probably wouldn't do.
What did you tell Brian you thought it was going to be? I thought it was going to be a boy.
How big?
I didn't say a size. I just thought that my inclination was that it was going to be a boy, but I couldn't give him any good reason as to why.
I thought it was a boy the whole time.
Took a poll back in early October, not early, mid-October. So I thought it would be a girl, and I thought it would arrive on the somewhere on the 26th. But obviously I'm wrong because here it is November 5th, and as to yet the gender, I don't know what's going to happen. But all this week I've been calling the baby a he, so I'm wondering if it's not some kind of an intuition that maybe it's going to be a boy. I just don't know. I have to wait.
Allison's been here at the hospital about an hour, and things are moving along. Her contractions are about every minute and a half, tops 2 minutes apart, and she's working very hard with every contraction. She's just involuntarily muscle quivering and gritting her teeth during her contractions, but she's coping very well.